What's going on? Welcome back to 100% NUFC. I hope I find you really well. And just before I start the video, I just want to apologise about the lack of uploads on the channel over the course of the last couple of months. But I will be regularly uploading on this channel as of this video. Now, with Rafa Benitez only having a month left on his contract, and Rafa Benitez keeping us safe in the Premier League for another season after that vital win away from home at Leicester City, putting us on 38 points. His future is still up in the air, and more managers have been linked with the Newcastle United job over the last month or so. Now, the latest to be linked with the Newcastle United job is former Sporting Lisbon and Benfica manager Jorge Jesus. Now, Jorge Jesus told CMTV that he could be starting a job in England as early as May, but the team that he's interested in, or the club that he's interested in, could potentially be in trouble and could potentially go down. Now, he said this last week before we played Leicester City. He has ruled out some of the clubs in trouble, such as Huddersfield and Burnley, leaving only us to be the designated place that he wants to manage next season in the Premier League. Now, we are safe on 38 points. I can't see Cardiff City catching us up now. And with Rafa Benitez only having a month left and not signing a new deal, of course, the Newcastle job is going to attract a lot of interest from a lot of managers far and wide. Now, who is Jorge Jesus? Now, Jorge Jesus, if you look at his Wikipedia page, a lot of his managerial tenures have been in Portugal. Obviously, that's been where he's from. But I'm going to show you from 2008 to this present day what he's up to, what he's been doing in his management to give you a bit more of a taste of what he's about. Now, in 2008, he managed Braga and he managed to win the Intertoto Cup before leaving for Benfica in 2009. Now, he managed to spend at least 6 years with Benfica, winning 3 Portuguese leagues as well as some cups. He's very successful with Benfica, and he's managed to guide them to regular Champions League and Europa League qualification, and he's managed to bring in some really good players in his time at Benfica. Then he went on to move to Sporting Lisbon in 2015, leaving Benfica in the process, and he managed to win a trophy with them as well. But back in 2017-18 season, so he managed to leave Sporting Lisbon after 3 seasons with in honour. Before then moving to the Saudi Arabia League in 2018 to manage Al Hilal, where he managed to win the Saudi Super Cup in 2018. Then he went on to leave Al Hilal in January of this year because he didn't want to sign a new deal. A lot of rumours take it that he wants to manage in England, and he also wants to go back to Portugal to also manage there if he doesn't get that chance in England. Now, Jorge Jesus is a well-known manager for his time with Benfica, some of the honours that he's won there, and he's a Portuguese manager who he's never short of the headlines. Some of the incidents he's gone on to do, on the touchline with some of the players that he's managed with Benfica. He's also had a few ruptures with the fans and stuff like that, but I think that's because he's passionate. He's a passionate coach. And when I've watched him manage Benfica, he's a very attack-minded coach. He's someone who likes to play from the front. He likes to get the ball forward. He likes to attack at every opportunity, whereas Rafa Benitez is more defensive. When you look at him, he's managed to build what he's been given, whereas if you look at Portuguese football and clubs in general like Benfica, Sporting Lisbon, Porto, there's not a lot of money. Now, their revenue is mainly made through Europa League and Champions League, as there's not a lot, in that league. Nobody really watches the Portuguese league that much. I do. Funny enough, I do watch a lot of Benfica to see how they're getting on, because I fell in love with them a little bit after the Europa League game that we had back in 2013. I was blown away by their support that they brought to St James's Park. And talking of Benfica, we managed to come up against Jorge Jesus in the Europa League in 2012-2013 season in the quarterfinals. So he knows what it's like at St James's Park. He's been here. He's managed up against Alan Pardew at the time, and he knows what the fans are like, and he wants to manage in England. Yes, he has had opportunities to manage bigger clubs in England, but if you look at his age now, 64, I think Newcastle is probably the best destination for him, if he's looking for a job. Now, yes, he's Portuguese is a lot better than he's English. I don't think he really speaks a word of English. I'm not too sure on that. I'm sure a lot of Sporting Lisbon and Benfica fans could comment in the comments below, let us know what he's like with his English, but I'm sure he'd learn if he got the Newcastle job, in the summer. I'm sure, like a lot of managers would, he would have to adapt to the English league and how we play, and he'd have to get used to the culture in England as well. But that's not to say he won't learn that over the summer. Now, he has been obviously linked, but he has went on to say that he's not giving anything away in terms of the job that he's going to be taking in the summer. But you can only imagine it's going to be us, because Rafa Benitez doesn't know where he stands with Mike Ashley, the board. Obviously, he loves the fans. He's building the team. He's kept up in the Premier League for the last couple of seasons, but we just don't know what he's guaranteed in terms of money for the summer. Leaving Jorge Jesus with the most likely candidate to take over in the summer if Rafa Benitez was to walk away. Of course, I don't want to see Rafa Benitez walk away. I want him to be the Newcastle manager for the foreseeable future. I want him to sign him a new contract, but that's up to Rafa Benitez, of course. But we'll just have to wait and see on that. So you let me know your thoughts about the Jorge Jesus link. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the video. And I'll see you all later. How are the lads?